In this video, we will learn about the break statement in Python. The break statement can be used only inside for loops and while loops. The main purpose of the break statement is to tell a loop to stop immediately, even if the loop has not finished going through all of its items or conditions. Let's understand this with an example. Suppose I want to create a program where, given a list, we check whether a specific element is present in that list or not. Let's say our list looks like this. Now, we want to check whether the element pens is in our list. To do this, we can first start by looping through the list. By looping through the list, we can access each element one by one. Inside the loop, I will store each element's value in a variable called I. Now, we want to compare I with the value pens to check whether it exists in the list. If I is equal to pens, that means the element is present in our list. In that case, we can simply print true. Now let me run the program. We can see that it does print true. However, even after finding pens, the loop still continues and goes for another iteration, where I now holds the value erases. But once we have already found pens, we do not need to continue searching through the list anymore. At that point, continuing the loop is unnecessary because we already have our answer. So instead of letting the loop continue, we can immediately exit the loop. To do that, we use the break statement. The break statement allows us to exit out of the loop as soon as our condition is satisfied. Let me also print the value of I inside the loop, just to confirm that the loop never reaches erases. Now, when we run the program again, we can see that the loop goes through books, pencils, crayons, and pens, but it does not go to erases. This confirms that the break statement successfully stopped the loop. So this is one practical example of using break inside a for loop. Now, let's try using the break statement inside a while loop. Suppose we want to create a program where we continuously collect user input. Each time the user enters a character, we add that character to a string. However, as soon as the user enters the word quit, we want to stop asking for input and return the final string that the user created. To do this, we can use a while true loop. A while true loop will run forever unless it is stopped using a break statement. Inside this loop, we will first collect user input. Then, we check whether the user input is equal to quit. If the user input is equal to quit, we want to stop the loop. So in that case, we use the break statement to exit the while loop. However, if the user input is not equal to quit, we want to add that input to a string. Let me first create a variable called string. Then, whenever the user enters a character, we append that character to the string. Once the user finally enters quit, the loop stops. After that, we print the string that the user created. Now let me run the program. I enter the letters A, B, and C, and then I enter quit. The program returns a string containing all the letters that I entered. This means our program worked correctly. And this concludes our lesson on the break statement in Python. Thank you for watching. We will get touch in next lesson.